Hi there! Welcome back. We are back for another great stream today. Please, guys, come on in. Take a seat. You know the drill by now, there's plenty of room. And in the meantime, let me open up the chat. Bam! Just like that. So, today, we will continue, of course, the streak, right? We have to. We have to at this point. I don't know where we were yesterday. Let me check it out. Ongoing games. Streak 217, alright. Alrighty, how are you guys? Alright, it's gonna be a shorter stream again, like 3 hours maximum. So let's dive right into it. And before we continue our streak, let's do a non-moving one as well. Because that's the goal, right? The goal is to break this world record. And that's a non-moving streak. Let me show it. Video tips. Nope. Oh, there it is. I don't know why the menu disappeared there. So world records on gtips.net. Solo streak is 117. So far my streak is only 30. But that's not great, is it? But chat assisted streak is 280. And that's what we are trying to beat. 280 without moving. What did I do? Well, it would be nice if we could at least get top 3. So if we get to 45, then we are at least in top 3 position. Speedruns. And these ones are... Yeah, these ones are scrolls. Yeah, so we are definitely doing the streaks. Because to be honest, for now, I only know the country. I know like the metas for the countries. But within a certain country, I have no clue. So let's start out with a non-moving one to warm up. And then we continue the other streak, of course. No move. Let's see. So we have a white car. Well, this is why no moving is a lot more difficult, isn't it? Let's see where the sun is. Like the sun is very low. in the north. You see? It's very low. So that probably means that we are very far south. And the white car could be from Chile. I believe we might be somewhere there then. I don't know. Like, this is the first one, so what else can we learn? So the sky. Trees, it looks very green. Houses. Yeah, let me just try this one. That's it. That's one. Well, we were not as far south as I thought it would be, but we got it. Alright, is that a black car? It is, but is this the front of the car? Normally we see the back of the car. This plate. I don't know what this plate is. This is an American brand though. Copias. Copies? Alright, is that a hexagonal pole that we might be in? I believe it is. But I'm not sure. If it is the case, we might be in Mexico. I have never seen this black car in Mexico though. And this is, I believe, the front of the car. Normally we see the back of the car. Yeah, again, this is warm-up, right? We need to learn. Yep, it was indeed Mexico. Alright. We have this small stub. Yellow line. So this stub means... what does it mean? Mexico, Colombia... no, not Argentina, Ecuador or Brazil. One of those. Alright, we have this sign. Chevrons are this color. License plate, not yellow. Well, it is a commercial vehicle, so... Alright, I can tell you we are not in... I believe we are just in Mexico. Mexico or Ecuador? I believe it's just Mexico. Nope, it was Ecuador. The back of the sign was... Well... I have a lot of difficulties with this one. Alright, it is somewhere in Africa. It is somewhere in the south of Africa. But is it South Africa? Is it maybe Eswatini? I don't know. And let's figure out what it is. This is not Gen 2, is it? Nah. Or, yes, it is. So we are in South Africa. Cannot be anything else. Cannot be anything else. Alrighty, next one. Not a difficult one. These poles could be Thai. Yeah, this is Thai. You can see the small altar. Can't find that a lot in Thailand. Small temples. Small temples. Usakiwa. Well, has to be Japanese. You're also driving left. Alright, that's number 3. Car first, medium size antenna. Sanitex. Innovus double S? Why did they use double S? Who uses that? I don't know this language. Where could this be? I don't know. I don't know this language. Let's see, what else can we learn? It's definitely not low cam. This sign looks very familiar to me. I don't know where it is from. Could be Czech, maybe. Let me see. I don't think it's Hungarian. Could be Czech, could be Poland. Not Bulgaria, because it's not Cyrillic. Could be Romania though. Could be Croatia, Serbia. I've seen them before many times, those metal poles, metal electricity poles. And this sign as well. But I don't know where this is from. That's annoying. Those lines. Yeah. So let's move on. I have no clue. I'm gonna say Latvia. Yes, let's go. It was a little bit of a lucky guess. Because I saw in the end like they were hanging the street lights. So they were hanging the street lights on lines and not on poles. And they do that in Russia, but it was obviously not Russia. And another country that has a lot of Russian influence is of course Latvia. Santa Cecilia. Alright, this is I mean how should I know where this is? Are those all brick houses? I might lean to Bolivia for this one. Bolo. Well, I believe it's somewhere over here. It's Peru, Bolivia, or Chile. Let me go for Bolivia. Bam! Easy! That's number 5. So we have a black car. We have a cow. And then we have this. Well, they are really giving me all the hard ones, aren't they? I can't even see the sun. Where is the sun? I cannot tell you. Is this it? I don't know. Could be over here. Well, it's not in the south, I would say. Yep, I have no clue for this one. I don't want to waste too much time. Let me go for Peru. Nope, it was Uruguay. Whoa. Alright, we can see CH. This is a low cam. So let's go. Easy one. Right, we have a pole there. We are driving on the left side. So this is Indo or Malay. I don't know these bollards. No, this is Shay. Alright, also easy one. I can see the language. If I can see languages, it would be a lot easier. Oh boy. I believe that's a car from Chile. Yes. Alright. Is it a small plate? Are we in? Yeah, we are. Is it the second time? Yeah, we started out Swiss. Alright, easy. Guys, if you know something, please let me know. I can use all the help. Oh boy, where is this? How should I know this? Based on this location. Is that a yellow plate? Well, it could be France. Could be... I don't think this is the Netherlands. Although they like camping in the Netherlands. This could be Denmark. Oh, this could be Luxembourg. This feels like... Could even be Belgium. This is probably France. Nope. UK. Well, I could not tell if they were driving left or right. This is easy South Africa. Ah, boulangerie. That's definitely French. French cars. So that's 2. Is that the Mongolian car? Yes. Well, why? Why are you doing this to us? I want to see what's on this sign, not the side of it. Not wearing pants. That's a bollard. Can I tell from here where the bollard is? I can't. I am not able to can. So yeah, this could be anywhere again. Could be Lithuanian bollard. I'm gonna guess that. I have no other clue. Nope, it was a French one. Well, you do need a little bit of luck in this mode. This is low cam again, is it? Yes. Easy low cam. Alright, this. Like, where are these antennas from? And what is this? Alright, I need to start learning other things as well. Because, like, in situations like this, how can I tell where we are? Normally I like to read language or street signs, but here's nothing. So we have this pole with this one attached to it, black bin, things like this, gate, white numbers. Right, the houses are all different styles. I mean, this could be anywhere in Europe, couldn't it? And I have no clue, so let me guess Poland. Yep. Unavia. What are these? We have seen them in Spain. This could maybe be Brazil? I don't know. Unavia, is that Portuguese? I mean, it feels like Italian, but I don't think they use Italian in South America though. Alright, so they are driving on... That's a flag. That's not a flag I recognize. Is this a car? Yeah, I think it is. Could this say Bolivia? Nope, it said Ecuador. Alright, this white car again. We are driving on the right. No play there and no play there. This was Bolivia. They don't have plates in Bolivia. Alright, this should be Bulgaria. No, this is not Bulgaria. This could be Norway. Finland. Like, I feel like once I get the numbers a little bit higher up, I will take my time. But in the beginning, it's just like random, is it not? Alright, so we have a long antenna, means Russia. Nope, it means Lithuania. This is not a low cam, so South Korea. Everything I know, it's not working out. What even is this? Is it the bollard? Yes, it is, right? But from here, I cannot tell what bollard that is. I cannot even tell you if we are in Europe or not. But the sun is in the southeast, so we are in the northern hemisphere. Mexico? Nope, Czech. Well, we just need to keep on repeating. This is Jordan. There it is. Yep. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is this Iceland? There's a flag. That's San Marino, I believe it is. San Marino in Italy. That would make sense why the plates were not the EU sign. Italy. Italy. Could barely see the plate, but it had double blue, so. San Marino again, no, that was Italy. Could have been, but I saw the plate. The double blue. Flag of charity. Is it Lagos, Nigeria? I believe so. Yes. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know how long you've been watching, but I made some stupid mistakes. I do that all the time, that's normal in this game. Alright, I know that we are driving. Well, the only clue I have is this car. But we are driving on the left. So, Indo or Malay? Then an Indo-Pole. I don't see the sticker on the poles. So, could be Indonesia or could be Malaysia over there. Was Indo. Alright, this one is easy. This one is a Ghana car, a piece of duct tape. Alright, we are 6. I believe that's the record for today. Is there something blue? It's hard to tell. Alright, this is the end of the streak. I have no clue where we are. Well, it's definitely in Europe somewhere, but... See, now I need to know these ones. If I know the way they are shaped, like these ones are bent, right? They're bent around the corners and they have rails. Where could that be from? And this. This is Lithuania. And this is pretty flat. Latvia maybe? Yeah, could be. Good luck. Yes. This one is above my level. This shape is more Lithuanian. What is this? So this is black and white? Yeah, this is probably where the streak ends. These houses though. Is this Czech? Is this Gen 4? We have the small, very small antenna. Where is this from? Lithuania kind of poles. Yeah, I agree. Where is this small antenna from? And why is this one empty? I hate that. Alright, I am thinking Lithuania or Czech. And this one is probably very good information, but I don't know it. Small random blur are actually in lit usually. Wait. This pool? Alright, let's go over Lithuania. Yeah, this is a random blur as well. Yes! Nice! That's 7. This is Gen 2. So Gen 2, I believe it's only Brazil, Mexico. Yeah, we see the Corona bear. This is Mexico. Yep, I agree. Alright, this antenna. These lines, and I saw an interesting pole. What is this pole? Romania? Could be. Is this painted a little bit? These signs, so they have no ring, white ring around them. The back is black. Should be Romania. Yep, fences indeed. Alright, so I also need to remember this. So the back of this sign is black. It is folded to the side. So when, in case we have this sign, we can only see the back side. And there's no ring around it, so no white ring. And a very special font type, I would say. So let's send Romania, because I don't know anything else. Nice. That's number 9. Right, is this Romania again? No, we are driving on the other side of the road. We are driving on the left side. No dumping. Trucks crossing. And those two things are also very interesting. Never seen that before. I believe this might be New Zealand though. Green hills like that. I think this is New Zealand. Can we see bollards? There are some poles, but I'm not sure if those are real bollards. This is something for gas lines. Well, I don't see any bollards. Yeah. Alright, we also need to remember this. This light is mounted like this. And then this shape. They are painted. I believe this might then be maybe South New Zealand. Well, no, it was not South. It was North, but it was at least New Zealand. Black car. Alright, at least we got some information. This looks like Spanish to me. Can I see the plate? I don't think that's a... what could be? Could be a plate from Argentina. But I don't think so. Uruden? I mean, to be honest, it's very hard to see the plates though. Well, we don't have the pole, the white pole. The white pole is, I believe, from Uruguay. Roads too good for Uru. Alright. The other option is Peru. I have no clue what Peru looks like though. Evergreen. That's a familiar brand. Mosaicos. Is that an ambulance? And these poles, they look very European, but we are definitely not in Europe. Zoom to the house. This house? Well, there are so many houses. Which direction? The other. This one? Cannot make out the plate. palm trees though. Are there palm trees in... could be. Yeah, I don't feel like those are Argentina plates as well. Is that a double yellow line? Yeah, I believe that's a double yellow line. Oh, we cannot see the lines over here. But these ones are all white. How can these ones be all white? Yeah, I also have no clue. Well, we will learn what it is. Télépassé. Alright, where do they use those checkpoints? Those toll roads. I have never seen them in Argentina or Uruguay before. So might this be Peru? I don't know. Definitely the same car. It's also a very interesting design. Well, I feel like there are many rifts in the sky. And Colombia as well. Oh, well, the plates are not yellow, so not Colombia. Yeah, let me send it for Peru, and if we are wrong, then we will definitely get it next time. Can we see a meter maybe? Electricity meter? Nope. Alright, let me send Peru. It was Argentina. Well, it's very hard to tell. If we had some Gen 4, we could have maybe zoomed into the license plates a little bit better. Who is this? Angel? Is it a boat? We are close to a river or... Yeah, those are definitely boats. That's a small flag. I feel like those small flags are mainly Scandinavian. Or like up north somewhere. Church. Alright, this is the first one. It doesn't matter if we get this one wrong. I have no clue where this is. We are close to the water. I feel like this might even be Denmark, the Netherlands, Germany. Maybe somewhere over there. Let me go Denmark. Yes! Yep. Oh, I could not see the color, but the shape of the flag. Alright, this looks like Gen 4. Yeah, Esther, so this is German. Autobus. 80, alright. This is where Austria is. Somewhere in Africa. The black car. Hard to tell, hard to tell. Let's have a look at the plates. I don't think we are... Alright, we are definitely not in Argentina. Yeah, it could be Brazil indeed. But these ones? They are very... So there are two poles, but they are very close together. Then we have this bus. This American school bus. We are definitely not in the USA though. Yeah, this might be Brazil. And I feel like that's the shape of the poles in Brazil. Although this one looks Mexican. Yep. Yeah, let me go over Mexico. It could be Brazil. Yeah, it could be Brazil indeed. Like, I know that those poles are from Mexico, but are they only from Mexico? Mexico. Well, Mexico. Alright, so far those poles are indeed only from Mexico. Interesting design. Small antenna. Gen 4. Is that a pole? Nope. We are somewhere in the mountains. Andorra? Could be. I was looking for a snow pole. But I'm not seeing them so far. That one? Hard to tell. Is that one? Yeah, that's one. But is it the Andorra one? I believe it is Gen 4. Well, I'm not sure if it is Gen 4, but... this pole. Well, the Andorra one has some weird things on the top. But this looks like it just has two colors, right? It's red, white, red. Well, what could be Andorra but is not Andorra? France or Spain? Can we read this? We cannot. Where's the sun? Southwest. How big is Andorra though? Yeah, the houses do look Andorra. Yeah, let me go for Andorra. If this is indeed the snow pole, then this is not Gen 4, this is Gen 3. Yes, nice! Well done. Well done. So it was indeed not Gen 4. I was wrong there. The car. What is this car without the bars? Is it Denmark? I'm thinking Iceland? What? Well, that's... I would say that's Uralic. Double A's. W. Our island could be. Oh yeah, like that. Yeah. Not mainland Greenland, Denmark, but... yeah, probably then. Let me select. Yep, it was Greenland. No! Alright, this is a tracker. This looks like... Korean? A lot of bicycles though. Yeah, you're right indeed about that. A lot of bicycles. I don't know Japanese. I don't know Korean. Nah, this is probably Japanese, not Korean. That's Chinese. Are we in China, really? Well, it makes sense. This is tracker. Yeah, let's go with China. Well, it was Japanese. I know they have very similar ones, Japan and... But yeah, I feel like if we are not... Well, yeah, you guys are giving very good feedback, so I'm definitely gonna trust you guys. Yeah, I feel like if we are not above 20, we can take... Yeah, we just speed run it a little bit. And after we get to 20, we will take our time, analyze every detail, every pixel. This is Gen 4 definitely. Animal pets. Clinica veterinaria. Are those hexagonal poles? Does this say Mexico? I believe we are in Mexico again. Sol Paraguana Residential Max. Yeah, I believe as well Max. The website, I cannot read it. The taxi. Alright, so we're on 0, doesn't matter really. Easy Max. Oh boy. We have mountains. The camera angle is all screwed up. Like if I move straight, we are going up and down. I believe that's an Argentina pole, yep. And it makes sense that there are mountains. I don't think there are mountains in wrong continent, in Uru. But there are some mountains in Chile and we could be looking at this. Yeah, let me go for Argentina. Yes, indeed, we were looking at that. Not Argentina white car. Oh, wait, yeah, it's black. Car was black. Right, we can see a plate. What does it say though? IL? Israel. Yeah, must be Israel. Yep. Alright, easy one. Game over. Interesting design. Alright, here we go again. Is this Thai? I don't think this is Thai. Too many curly thingies. What are these things on the poles? Alright, so if this is not Thai, then it's Cambodian or Laos. Although I'm seeing those small altars, they are... I can mostly find them in Thai. This might be Thai then. Like, I can never tell them apart. Thai, Cambodian. Well, it's not called Cambodian, is it? Well, Thai also have the curly thingies. I would say Thai looks Thai. Alright. Yes, Thai. Start cool CA. Black car. Arabic. Tunisia. No, are the plates dark? No, these plates are not dark. Jordan. Amman in Jordan. Nice. I mean, Jordan is not that big, so let me find this. Yeah, there it is. Is that the capital? Nice. Yep. But we cannot see the car. Definitely a European plate. I don't think there is yellow on it. Alright, there's probably yellow on it. Portuguese plate? Well, it's hard to tell for me. Yeah, there might be something yellow on it. But it's definitely Rua, so... Portugal it is. Gen 2? Not sure. Probably not then. 1, 2, 3 lines. Electricity box. These houses. Where do they have the 3 lines? I know the 8 lines. Where are these houses from? The roofs are very large. What does that mean? Lithuania? Estonia. 3 lines are Estonia, Russia, and Ukraine. Yep. I feel like this is indeed Baltic. So, Estonia, Russia, Ukraine. That's good to know. That's good to know. Yes. Oh boy. Where are we? That's a flag. From? I don't know. I don't know this flag. Well, are we in Egypt? What is this flag? Tunisia flag? Turkey? It is red. There's something white inside it. Well, we are not in Egypt, probably. But it feels like that area, though. Those people are wearing warm clothes, though. City looks more Turkish. those things. Can we see the text? Oh, we cannot. Well, this is definitely not Arabic. I can tell you that. So, Turkey then? Yeah, let's send it for Turkey. Yes. Ankara, that's good to remember. I feel like that was a famous place. Alright. Do you see the smiley sticker? Haha. That's helping out a lot, isn't it? Yep, we are indeed in Croatia. Wait, Serbia? No, right? We are in Croatia. I believe the smiley sticker was from Croatia. Capital. Yeah, but why would they say another country next to it? I mean, I feel like those are directions to go from Croatia to Serbia. Serbia means Belgrade. Yes, indeed. That was our I'm thinking as well. So we are in Croatia. Yep. So the smiley sticker was indeed from Croatia. Alright, small antenna. Plates, blue. Just blue, I would say. A lot of Greek colors. A lot of Greek colors. Cannot read that. Rent a card. Well, that's English. I cannot read this. Feels like Greece too, though, doesn't it? And that's about all I have. We cannot even see the sun, but I believe it's there. It's in the east. That is not helping at all. So yeah, we are close to the sea, very close to the sea. Could be Greek, could be something else. But I feel like this might be Greece. Let me send it, could be completely wrong. Alright, it was completely wrong. But I would have never guessed Monte though. Yeah, the color was indeed Greece. So I would have never guessed Monte. I mean, this is hard. This is hard. Alright, we have a flag now. That's the Danish flag. Alright, that's one. And no rifts in that area. Well, no rifts means that it could be Monte, but it could also still be Greece, so... Alright, this one is also easy. Like, if it is easy, let's waste no time. And let's... Well, this is also easy, I believe. Alright, never mind. No! Those stairs, I've seen very similar stairs in... Are we in Greek again? In Greece, I mean. Or is it Cyrillic this time? No, this is Cyrillic. Yeah. Alright. So Cyrillic. This antenna size. Painted white. A big city. Bulgaria maybe. Could be. But this is very Russian, is it not? And this one as well. Bus stop. However, there's no bus stop plate on the backside. Russia maybe. But Russia mainly, is this maybe a red car that we cannot see? Alright, there was something, like in the beginning when I started playing GeoGuessr, there was something that was obvious for me for Russia, that they put this sign, this bus stop sign on both sides, so there would be one visible here as well. It could be in this case that they put it on the other side. Could this be Ukraine? Like, is there a possibility that this antenna is from Ukraine? It looks very European though. The houses look very European. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Ukraine. Let's... Alright, my theory is not holding up anymore. I need to get rid of it. This is Argentina. Yep. What am I even doing? Really? A black car? Not from Argentina? Alright, I need to slow it down a little bit then. Tie poles. Yeah, I am doing terribly bad. Tie poles. Is that something black? Yeah, I feel that this is tie as well. What's on there? Oh boy, are we ever going to beat this world record? It's gonna be tough. We need some luck. This is, I believe, Czechia. EU. Yep. But that's only one car. Let's check one other car, maybe. Could be. Could very well be Czech. Here's another one. Yes, two cars. Cannot be a coincidence. Alright, we have this antenna again. Like this small one, but not a tiny one. These houses. They're all the same. Lithuania, yeah, I'm thinking as well. It feels Baltic. It is flat, it is green. We have these poles. So there are 4 lines, so it's definitely not Lithuania, I would say. And that's about all I get. I don't see any blurs though. No blurs. Alright, we are on 2. I'm gonna send it. Alright, this was Latvia. I feel like I'm getting all the exceptions right now. Because I was pretty sure that Latvia has 3 lines. I can't tell if this is... this I believe is a Slovenian one. can see mountains, a lake. Alright, again, one of my tells to... This one is a very common one. I feel like in Australia, this one would be black. Mole. Then we have Monte. Do we have rifts? I don't feel like this is Monte. Then we have Croatia. And we have Slovenia. But in Croatia, I don't think you can see the screws. I believe they use a sticker for this type of bollard. That's a theory. Let's check it out. Alright, so far it's holding up. But my double signs for Russia for the bus stops, that's not holding up. This is a Turkish truck. Three lines. And that's all I have. TR, Turkey. Must be Turkey then. Or not. You see, this is hard. Like it was right around the border. Why are you doing this to me? Why, GeoGuessr? Please, give me a little bit easier ones. Alright, question for you guys. What map is GeoGuessr using for the streaks? Is it the world map? Or is it the diverse world map? Alright, diverse world. That's at least better. They do a diverse world, I believe, with an extension to come. Well, yeah, for the BRs they are doing, for the no, WRs, world records, they are doing indeed the diverse world map, but is GeoGuessr using this map for the streaks? I mean, should we do that then maybe? Because this feels impossible to me. Right, a lot of white houses. I mean, all white houses. There's not a single non-white house. Choose probably world. Ah, that could be the difference though. Alright, white houses, where? I know they're in Ireland, but do they have the red roofs in Ireland? And the roads are too wide for Ireland. Spain? Italy? Like all white houses. Like every single one of them. Oh, there are snow poles, so probably not Spain. Is this a low cam? Yeah, this might be a low cam. The blur going over there. I don't know. It was a low cam. So all white houses in Switzerland. Yeah, if this streak is done, let me open up another map, because this is a hard map for the streak. Right, we have a blue building, we have a fence, tree, sun. Nothing visible in a car. Like, this could be anywhere in Europe. Like, give me at least some clue. Is this maybe something? Wait, is that a White House again? This is a low cam. I don't think this is a low cam. This is maybe Ireland this time. The roads are so wide. Maybe this is a locam. That is flat. France, well, I felt France. I don't think they have so many white houses in Belgium. It was Ireland! Alright, let me open up Chat Guesser, and I believe there's a mode that we can count. I believe there's a mode. We can use a little easy map, I would say. Did I open up two? Alright. Bam. I go full screen. Yes. So... No. Now I need to search for the map. Well, maybe I can find it. Nope, I have to search for it. It's hard to type with gloves on. A diverse world. That's what he wants. Play. So no moving. This should be easier, right? This should be easier. Alright, that's one. Next one. Oh, is it gonna put messages in the chat every single time? Alright then. How many lines are there? I feel like there are many lines. This C. That Portuguese? Or is it Spanish? Horas. Portuguese, alright. What? What happened? What? Where is it? Well, the streak is back to 0, so we got it wrong. No, it's back to 0, so I got it wrong. Yeah, I feel like I was pretty close. What? Alright, this has to be... Wait, now we do have Taiwan, don't we? I believe we do have Taiwan now. We don't have Taiwan in the other map. Korea. Really? Well, this could be Korean indeed. English? I feel like these ones are not Korean. And this is, I believe, not a low cam. Yeah, so I believe we now have Taiwan on this map. Let's check it out. Like, what is happening? It is not showing where we are. That was pretty close. Let me restart this. Like, what is happening, Chat Guesser? What is happening? Can I close? Let me just close it all. I am just trying to practice for the world record. Please. To go and search it again. Play. No moving. Interesting design. UK. White rose for the UK though, but the stones match. Probably UK, right? Yep, UK. Let me first press UK. Right, now it worked. Alright, let me open a link. Yeah, this is the script, right? And then you have to install some add-on, and then you have to insert the script. But then you also need this account on this big data cloud. Alright, so if ChatGather is not working, we will do that. But I find it a little bit easier with ChatGather. You just have to install the program and it will count for you. Alright, yellow lines. It is dark, but it's not Gen 2. Black pearl wine. South Africa. Southwest South Africa even. Well. Nice. Very close to Cape Town. Alright, we have an interesting car. This is the Kirich car. I believe this is the Kirich car. Kirich. Kirichstan. Bam. Yes. Kirichi. This feels like Vienna. Or Italy. Yeah. Yeah, this is Italy. This cannot be San Marino, right? San Marino has a different design. It's completely flat, the street, so... This is Naples or something. Italy morals. Alright. Nope. Turin. But it's the right country, so streak still going. Flags! Well, which one do we pick? It's probably neither of those flags. Or it could be the Italian. Well, the Italian flag is the first flag, so... Should be Italy then. Italy. Yep. Italy it is. Play. Yeah, we have to play again. Start game. Can I turn off these messages in the chat? Hello, no, Twitch display. Yes, information. Twitch connect. There is not even a disconnect button. Alright. this something? I don't know. Is there a rift? Oh boy, where are we? Let's smoke. Well, this is Northern Macedonia. Serbia, maybe. This is a hard one again! No! Alright, these metal ones we have seen before. Many times. I would say it's definitely... in these ones we've also seen before. Could be Serbia. Could be. Do you have any clue where we are? You can see an old truck. Metal poles. Painted houses. These terracotta roofs. And that's it. Well, we are on 5, I believe. So let's guess then. Yes! Let's go! Bam! Right, we can see a flag. Cannot be Turkey, right? Dark plates? No, no dark plates. Or maybe there are dark plates. Yeah, dark plates. No, not dark plates. Yeah, dark plates. Yeah, it has to be Tunisia. Alright, that's 7. Language e33.uk. I don't believe that we could be anywhere else. Maybe Ireland. But the fact that the UK website was there. Was there a follow car in Tunisia, really? Ireland Lines. Yeah. Aren't they also in UK? I'm not sure. This plate does not have an EU label. This one I believe has. Walmart. There's another UK. Yeah, this has to be UK then. I believe the lines are also in UK, but we might be in Northern Ireland. Alright, we were not in Northern Ireland, but we were in the UK, so count. Yes, Bollard. Tie, right? Easy tie. I don't think this can be anywhere else. Can also see some script. We are driving, I believe. Well, I don't know which side, but the lines are yellow, so it has to be tie. Yep. That's 9. Ireland. Or is this a low cam? This might be a low cam. Oh, it's hard to tell with the low cams. Well, this is definitely French. That's for sure. That's a lake. Is there a big lake? Here it is. Well, there are many big lakes in Switzerland. But this could be just across the border. But I feel like this is a low chem, is it not? Hard to tell though. No, this is Gen 4 probably. But look at the sky, very blue. Is that Gen 4 in Switzerland? Doesn't look low, alright, so not Switzerland. Is this Ireland then? Yeah, the houses, the roofs are black. No, this is French. They don't have French in Ireland. Not low cam. Yep, I don't see the big blur. This is Gen 4. So, but I feel like we are very close to Switzerland. Maybe there? Let's go over there. Alright, we are way off! Way off! Like, it could not be farther away than France, I believe. But we have 10, so that's good. Next one. Play. Alright, so the antenna, the small lines. It's very dry. It's France again. Let's have a look at the sun. Southeast, so we are in the northern hemisphere. France or Spain, yeah. This is very dry. Very dry. Oh, there's a flag. Is that not a French flag? Well, I cannot tell because I cannot select it. Well, these are definitely the French colors, but are they in this? They are like this, are they not? Or is this a Croatian flag? Is there something in the middle maybe? But this looks too dry for Croatia. Well, this is definitely not Netherlands, I can tell you that. Like, this hill is 10 times bigger than the biggest hill in the Netherlands. But it could be a Dutch flag though. It could be a Dutch flag. But why would they put it there? The flag is not French, alright. There's another sign. Yeah, I don't know what else we can learn from this. Alright, so it's not a French flag, that's good to know, because when I say Spain, it would make more sense. Yes! Nice! That was very close as well. Right, this is easy Denmark. I lost Denmark. Oh yeah, there it is. Next one. Oh boy. Here we go again. The bollard, it's not a bollard. It's a very long word. So it makes me think that this is Finland. Norway, not sure if Gen 4. This could be Gen 4, yeah. Feels like it. High contrast. But there's a very long word. It ends with rand or something. Are we missing something? This? Yeah, so if it is Gen 4, would that be possible in Norway? Because I believe this is indeed a blue car. Why? Why are we always getting the hard ones? Like, if you put me in a city, I will guess it. But if you put me in the middle of nowhere, so Norway is Gen 4 for sure. Not sure about the other Scandinavian countries. Finn doesn't have it. Alright, so Finn doesn't have it. So that means Norway, Sweden, or Estonia are left, I would say. This is a very long word. The plates are in blue. Yeah. This might be Gen 3. Really? Like, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like, this contrast does not look very great though. But this looks very great. Very good, I would say. But I don't know about the zoom. Alright, so if you would not look at the generation of camera, what would your guess be? Coming in Norway and in Sweden near Norwegian border. Alright. Should be Gen 4. So I am leaning towards Norway then. I have never been here before. But let me put it somewhere in Norway. Close to Sweden. Yes! Nice! Well done. I believe it was then Gen 4. We were actually very close. You see, we are doing a lot better with this map. So this is black. So I believe we are in Brazil. Restaurante. Can't read this, but also the lines. Maybe the poles. Don't know about the poles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we are in Brazil. Yep, pretty close. Pretty close. This could be Belgium. This could be Belgium, or it could be anywhere else. This is Dutch. Could also be French. I believe it's the same word. Maché. Feels more French to me. Never seen that before. The plates though. Are the plates... It's very hard for me to tell if they are the color of it. It's very hard to tell. I have never seen a red topping before though. And there's a river, we are probably in France. Close to the Belgian border then. That would be my guess. Can I see on what streak I am? Can you show all the stats? Streak. Alright, we cannot. What is this? Oh, that's that. Best. Victory 6. Well, that doesn't... What are the other commands? Like, I don't even know my own commands. Is it me? Yes, current streak 14. That's it. Best streak 20? Victory 0. Perfect 0. Alright. 14. Should we guess? Like, we are not 20 yet. I feel like when we are 20 we should take our time a little bit. I've never seen those before in Belgium. I believe we are very close to the Belgian border, but in the French. Really? Austria? Well, I would have never guessed that. Was it not French? Or do they have this weird French part? Well, it was not French then. Right, I know the streak now. It's 0. Dang! I am having a hard time today. Estonia? Latvia. 1, 2, 3, I believe that's 4, not Latvia. Lithuania. I believe that's Lithuanian. Well, it's the first one, so... Really? Were there not 4? Like, all the metals are not working out today. I am getting all the exceptions. This is Kirich. I don't think this is Guatemala. Yeah. Yep, that's 1. Lugas, Santiago, Venta, Saboda. I don't know this language. Probably Spanish. Calle. This is a red car. Mexican bear. Really? That's also a good one to know. The Mexican plates check out. Can we find a Mexican pole? That's not one. Wait, this is a square pole. Yeah, it's a Mexican car, so... Alright, nice! Zona. Brazil. Zona escolar. Atención. Or are we not in... No, we are just in Europe. Portugal, maybe? Or are those Spanish poles? Canary Islands? Really? I still have so much to learn. Like, for example, where are those islands located? Are they not a part of Spain? What are these islands? What are these islands? What is this island? Madeira, I've heard of that. There's also an island. Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, is that also not some city in Bolivia? Next to Africa. Well, Africa is big. These ones. I don't think there are any others. Well, there are some others. Réunion is also somewhere. Réunion. Alright, so the first ones. Yeah, it could be Tenerife. Well, it was just Spain. Are those part of Spain? I believe it counts. I believe it counts. Happy Wine, Happy 9? Happy 9 open. Heap, E5. Alright, this is easy. Yep. Yeah, they are. So they are all the same country, so it counts. Alright. So if this streak ends, I'm gonna go back to the 200 plus streak. But there we cannot make a single mistake anymore. However, we can move, so this is a bit easier. Alright, these ones, you guys know them. They are probably from Germany? White on the front and 2 spots on the back. Bullets with dots, yes. I know you have them in Luxembourg. I believe also in Spain, but in Spain the top is different. And I believe also in Germany, but not sure. Germany. And I do believe they place them on top of these guardrails in Germany. So that's the only info I got for this one. And the landscape looks like it could be Germany as well. Blue there. Quality is not great, looks dark. Germany. Yes. I know my bollards. Well, at least some of them. Well, these ones should be from Serbia, but I've seen them in Monte as well. Let's look for a rift. No rift. These markers. Anyone? This ball in the sky. What even is that? And these ones. Is this a landscape from Montenegro? I feel like it might be. Let's see Serbia and Monte. Which one is flat? They could both be flat. A lot of green in Monte, but if we are in Monte, we are probably somewhere over here. Monte is usually hilly, so more Serbia. Alright. Well, that's all I need to know. Bam! And I was close again. Oh boy, don't do this. Not now. I hate this one. Unless there's a big flag somewhere. No front plate on this car, this police car. Where is this one from? I don't know this one. It looks very American style, I would say. The brand of the car. Well, at least if I watch movies, they always use that car. Well, there is one meta that checks out so far. If we see a small windmill in the garden, so far 100% of the time it's Canada. But I'm not seeing a windmill in the garden here. Damn! Where is this? Alright, so this is then probably US. Cannot tell this plate. Flamingo in garden? Where are the flamingos from? I don't know about that meta. Flamingo in garden. I don't see a flamingo. Alright, I'm gonna guess US. Really? Alright, let me open up back. I can't. Great, stop working. Let me open up geocache again. Yeah, it was very close. Like, why? Why geocache? Why? Why? Let me open up. Yes, here we go. Can delete this game. Delete. Yep. Just imagine me deleting this 217 streak. That is something I would do. That would be me. Alright, now it's for real. Now it is for real. But we are in luck. Because we have the Mongolian car, I would say. The bars. And also we can move! Yes, freedom. Feels so good to move again. I don't know why I should move. Because I don't think this card could be from anywhere else than Mongolia. Damn. Alright, long antenna. 3 lines only. So that was Russia, Ukraine, Estonia. Was it Estonia? I believe it was. So this one has to be Estonia then, because we are in Europe. Well, let's find some text as well. Now that we can move. Feels very Soviet, I would say. Let me find some text. This blue, is that something? Well, it is something. What does it mean? What does it mean? A video of Valve. These guys running. These poles look very Swedish. Let's check out this bus. S-Temp Trans. Let's read the street name. Alright, street name gone. Bye-bye. It was right here, wasn't it? Tallinn, yes. Let's go. Easy. Like when you can move a little bit, it's a lot easier though. It's a lot easier. Obskina Tizina. Obskina Tizina. I'm probably pronouncing this completely wrong. Sorry for that. Sina Radensini. Radenki. Alright, Slovenia then. Let's go. I am feeling Slovenia for now. Would be nice if we could find a ballad. Dur. Give me a ballad. Oh, is that the Croatian? Or was it the Croatian or the Slovenian one? I've seen this before, recently. Well, I believe it was even today. Well, it's definitely Slovenia or Croatia. Villa. Look, I would like to find a ballad. Alright, you cannot see. I don't believe there's a line in the middle. No line in the middle. Croatia has a line in the middle. Solska. Solskapot. Yeah, this cannot be anything else than Slovenia. Nope. Slovenia on the previous side. Really? Hello, Nardius. Welcome. I missed that on the sign. Alright. So, a lot of black and white. I don't know what that means. One, two, three, four, five. Are we in Malta or something maybe? Cannot read this. Are they driving left side? Is it plate yellow? Why can I not move? Please, let me jump. Alright, I guess not. I guess not. Hi there. Whoa. Please. Portuguese balls. No spam, please. Oh, what a block. Banned. Bye bye. Get out of here. I don't want this. Could be. Yeah. I do think you're right. So let me find one Portuguese word. I do feel we are on an island almost. Alright, definitely Portugal. Not on an island. W line, US, Canada. No parking. Area speed limit. Alright, this is the US. That's not the US. Easy. Oh boy. Here we go again. I'm already gonna start moving. Because it can take a while. What do you guys guess? So we have some rocky mountains, but it's flat on the other side. How is this? Yeah, but which one? Oh no, we cannot move in this direction, really. Really? Please tell me there's gonna be a sign. Like, maybe if I know the back of the plates. I could guess something, but I don't know the backs of the plates. You are saying Eswatini or South Africa? Well, alright, so it's Eswatini, South Africa or Lesotho. For sure. No! We cannot move! No! This cannot be the end, right? I don't want it. No. Why? Alright, this car. You can see quite a lot. Is that something? Well, yeah, it's definitely the end of the road for Google. But I can see the road is still going on. Is it a yellow plate? Where is Lesotho? Which direction are they? They are in the east. Could this be? There are a lot of mountains though. Are there areas without mountains? Yeah, I hate this. Well, let's analyze what we have. We have a car. Could this be a yellow plate? And let me try to jump. Maybe if I go really fast. Nope. No! Why? Ah. Like this could be still in, like this could be somewhere here. Right? That we are looking into Lesotho. This is gonna be a random guess. I don't even feel like guessing for this one. Now let me check this. Just a regular one. There are only mountains on one side though. You see the other side is completely flat. Gen 2 or not? No, this is definitely not Gen 2. Well, if it was Gen 2, it will be a lot easier. Gen 3 as well. What are these ones? We have actually seen them before in Botswana. Not reliable. Maybe this is something? Cows. Where do they have a lot of cows? Now let's have a look at the houses. Let's see, cow, white houses. '80 now? Where do they use 80 speeds? My mind is too flat for Lesotho. Too poor for South Africa, but then can be wrong. So those mountains. Let's have a look at Botswana. I know Botswana is mainly flat, but I've seen mountains in Botswana, or at least hills. Let's have a look at Eswatini. '60. Why did they use 60? These ones feel so South African though. The mountains are so Lesotho, so we could be just outside of Lesotho. Maybe just inside. You don't know the sign there. I don't know where they are from. The speed. Alright, so maybe we have to look at things we are not seeing. Here's a bus. Do you see the bus? Where could this bus be from? Like, would they use a bus? It's a bus, right? Yeah, it is. Are the buses in Lesotho and Eswatini? Could be just South Africa. Yeah, I feel like if they have a bus, like why would you need a bus? Or maybe there are buses in Lesotho, I've just never seen one. I feel like Eswatini is a little bit more green, maybe? Could be wrong. I'm gonna send it South Africa, I think. I think we are looking to Lesotho. So these ones are to the east, so we are somewhere here looking to there. Something like that. Yeah, there was 100. So there was 100, 80 and 60. And I feel like that could be a very good indication. The first one was 180 and we had 60. Those are 3. Tiny rifts. Might be South Africa. Yeah, I'm gonna send it. No! No, really? Wait, what? So the mountains we were looking at in the east, they were from South Africa, but we were Swatini, really? Ah, this was really impossible. But this is the best streak ever for me, so that's good. This was really impossible. But let's check it out. So, geotips. Wasn't it a weird place? Maybe we missed something though. Maybe we missed something. So I saw this bus, right? You see, it was not like this at all. Well, it was more like this a little bit, but drier, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, once indeed. So one side was completely flat and the other side there was a mountain. That was weird. Swaziland. Yep, we did not see a bollard. And yeah, so we were here. On this road. We did not see the unique vehicles, Gen 3. Well, we did not see any 60 sign. So 60 could be then Eswatini. Yeah, I believe the license plate was indeed yellow. Couldn't tell for sure. Yeah, the mountains were indeed in South Africa, so... Alright, so I need to remember the 60. Maybe the 60 is indeed only in Lesotho. I mean Eswatini. Lesotho speed limit is 80. So it was excluded. Alright, that's good to know. Let's go to South Africa. We did not see that car. We did not see any of those. Then 2 and 3, so that was checking out. But the fact we saw bus. So 120. Alright, so we need to remember the 60. Yeah, but they also have yellow plates, so... So maybe based on the fact that we could not have been in Lesotho and that we saw mountains to the east, maybe we could have guessed Eswatini. Alright. Alright. View summary. We had so many of them. Well, I'm not gonna scroll all the way. But look, we were all over the world. Nice. Well, only of course the countries that have coverage. How do I go back? I really have to. Yes, and then on the bottom there is... Well done. Well done though, well done. Let's see. I believe I have some other one. Yes, let's do this one. 185. So I have to change the title. 180 plus. Bam. Alright, let's continue this one then. Camin Cultural Boarta. Can we see the cars? Montana. Poles from Romania. Alright, we need to remember this 60 speed. I am sweating. I am sweating a lot. Yeah, I feel like this is Romania. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. What else can we learn? Language look Romanian. The houses look Romanian. I don't see the fences. Well, here are the fences as well. This is Romania. Yes. Thai? Gen 4 car, driving left. Something that could be Thai. Well, it cannot be Laos or Cambodia, can it? If they are driving on the left side. So... Easy Thai then. I feel like this part of the song that you are hearing now felt like Michael Jackson. They just stole that part of the song. Yeah, this is Thailand. Right. Let's beat that 222. I've never seen this before. Never seen that before. This Greek. It is not Greek. Baban. Babane. Baban. That is Lesotho, is it not? I mean, that's definitely a Swatini. Yes, MR roads as well. I still cannot believe that we lost that one. On this Eswatini. Let me find, like this looks more like Eswatini, right? Let me find the speed limit. And let's me find einen speed limit. Elliot is amazing. I agree. I have to agree with that. keep left, pass right. That's good info though. For people who don't know that. Yeah, right, let me just send it. Bam. Close to the capital. Oh, I was looking for a speed limit. You could find a 60 again, but a flag. Well, there are 3 of them. That's the Czech one, that's the Polish one, that's the European one. Stretchy. Can I read that? Yeah, these are Czech. Alrighty. That's just a tree. Are these bollards? Can't tell. Oh boy, I still cannot believe it. Swatini. Mountain View County. Preserve property. Alright, we are in Canada, US. No plates on those trucks. Let's find a big flag. Where bears? Beard? I don't know. No surrender. I agree. Never surrender. Still cannot believe it. Elliot again? Is this a Swatini? Alright, this one is from Canada, is it not? This checkers board. I believe it is, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Canada. Alright, thank you. Yep. Are we going again? No, we are not. Phew. I was like, oh no, not again, is it? But this is a car from Kenya. Well, normally you can see a little bit more of the front of this car. Yeah, this is Kenya. Close to the border, doesn't matter. Gen 2. Brazil maybe? This yellow sign, interesting. Interesting. Oh no, this is Greece, yeah. Why are they using yellow lines in Greece? Like, I know they use some yellow lines, I believe, in the northern countries because of it's more visible in the snow. I believe somebody said that in chat. But I don't think you get that much snow in Greece. Temporary lines. Alright, that makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, 3. So Russia, Estonia, Ukraine. And we see the red car. That could be a flag there. Ukrainian flag. as a sticker. Ah, it's blurred. It looks very blue, not yellow. So Estonia then? Lithuania as well. Well, these cars at least are from Lithuania. Let's find another one. Yeah, this does not look like Estonian to me. It's also not Cyrillic. So 3 lines. Lithuania, Estonia, Russia, Ukraine. Let me find another sign. In Lithuania, there are some good signs. Let's see, thin lines. Yes, thin lines. Lithuania. Let's go. Well, we are almost back to 200, so UK or Ireland. UK in it. Probably. I don't see any houses. That's just a fence. But there is chat between Ireland and UK, so we have to figure this one out. Probably by looking at some car plates. A white house, so that means Ireland for me. This one is not white, this is yellow. Could be Northern Ireland. And I don't mean Northern Ireland. No rocky walls yet. Probably more UK. Alright, that's also a good tell. Yeah, this house is not... This is blurred out for some reason. For some privacy reasons. Rocky walls. Yeah, this feels more like UK. Yeah. I'm sending it. Obanga, Berton, Gomari, La Tour, Paris. These bollards though. Belgium? I don't know. Stop, that's a universal word. Seems Belgium, yeah, I agree. Although this plate is double blue, that's not... It's French. And this plate also, it's probably close to the border. e33, well, that's definitely French, but... It's calm. Yes, Belgium. Well, I'm thinking France. Well, this feels very... Blue font sign undersigned. Arlon. Yeah, Arlon is, I believe, in Belgium. Yeah, there it is. Well, that one plate was definitely not from Belgium, though. Russia? Could be. Could be. Yeah, long antenna, these bollards. So below the yield sign, you have a blue sign with meters, yes? This is Belgium, 100%. Right. It's good to know. That is good to know. Yeah, this is Russia, I believe. I'm just sending it. I'm confident. Is it a T ending? I believe so. Well, I believe that's a T ending from Finland. Finish in it. Yeah, that's T. That's not Finland. This is Finland. Alright, easy. Almost back to 200. It's just like nothing happened, right? Housing estate. Guaranteed home ownership. I cannot see the car. Cannot tell if we are driving left or right. I can tell that those poles look very similar to the Brazilian ones, but not entirely. House of Bread, Chapel. What? House of Bread? Is that the follow car? Nigeria. Abaja. Nigeria. Alright, so that's also then indeed probably the follow car. Let me find this. Here it is. Abuja. Nice. Well spotted. Tana, we are inside the car. Let's move a little bit. This is Greece. This is probably not Greece. Although it might be Greece. I can't read that. It did not look Greek to me. Abuja. Need to remember that. 50 speed. Are there any rifts in the sky? Yeah, this is Greek, is it not? I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure. I'm gonna double check. One more sign. Oh boy. I know some Greek letters, but I don't know all of them. Yeah, I believe this is definitely Greek. Yes. 200 again, let's go! Right, I can put 200 back. Done. Well, it's not 200 plus, but we will get it right now, probably. We can see the front of the car, or is it the back? Can't tell. Alright, we have a car. It's definitely somewhere in Europe. Norway or not Norway, yes. That is the question. To be or not to be? Let's find a sign. This is Gen 4. I believe we had a similar one today before, and it was indeed also Norway. Did I miss something there? No. Press back. Velanga. Velanga? Valanka. Yes, here we go. Or not. Pain. Skilovo. Skilovo. No, that's a Y. Is that a YP? Kilo EP? Who's a Y? I don't know. I don't know. Very not Norway or Sweden. Alright. Is this a green plate? It is a green plate! Although, could have crossed the border. Could have crossed the border. But we cannot move. Right, these snow poles. Yeah, Don't tell me this one crossed the border. Please. Let's see. It didn't. Whew! Lucky for me. Is this Tunisia? Can we learn something else? Something that I cannot read at all. Except I can see the Tunisian flag. Easy Tunisia. Alright, the Polish bollards. SK? What? Cannot be right. Yeah, but this is definitely Poland. Let me check one word. Yeah, trucks move. Yeah, I know. Trucks move a lot. Should be forbidden. Well, at least at the day the geocache passes by. Let me check this. Yep. Easy poly. I almost want to go to 223 today. But this is, I believe, the Netherlands. Is it not? Yeah, that's Dutch. Alright. Zona. Is that Czech? Yeah, this is Czech. With this marker there. I don't know anything else about Czech. Yep, East Czech. Yeah, it has to be. Almost feels like Slovakia. Well, a little bit east. Well, it was definitely not west. Is this Colombia? What a bollard. Tuberiadega. Ga? Do they use a ga sound? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that this is. We can find a yellow plate. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yes. That's 206, let's go. I mean, that's not bad. It is not bad. This is Gen 2. Where do they have Gen 2? This is Finland. It could be a T ending, not sure about that. Let's go that way. Yeah, nearly 222. Well, I really want 223 at least. I am still bothered with the last one. How is that even possible? It was impossible. I mean, 222, that's not too bad, right? And I'm just a rookie. A rookie geoguesser. Alright, we are definitely somewhere in Scandinavia. Is Finland part of Scandinavia? I'm even not sure about that. I'm just trying to find a sign, street sign. Alright, that was a yellow. So it is Sweden or Finland. And I do think that this is Finland. How far do we have to go to find a single street name? Finland or not Finland? Yeah, dirt road usually Finland. That's true. Well, we had them in Norway today as well, but probably then not in Sweden. T, yes. T or not to T? Alrighty. Ooh. Ooh, do you see what I see? This is Sri Lanka. Is this Sri Lanka? Yes. Alright, we have some big letters. I cannot even pronounce that. It's definitely Cyrillic. Long antenna. Could be Russia. Painted white and then black on top. Kropotkin. And that means probably city. This is the big one. Well, even if it is a big one, the chance of me finding it in Russia really slim. But it's Alaska. Red Cardo. Is it? Oh yeah. I believe it is. Let's check with the plates. Probably not a truck. Let's try a local car. Red car can be Russia, really? No, all the metals I know. They are not helping then. I feel like I know nothing. I feel like I know nothing. Small percentage. But still. Count. Alright. I am saying like, don't throw your trash on the street. 200 meters ahead, there's a trash can. Alright, this is a bollard from Russia. So let me send it to Russia then. I'm gonna check 100 meters ahead. Does it say RU on the website? Parking lot. Alright, I do feel like this is Russia. So this is probably then the small percentage. Do you know where this small percentage car is? Is it near Ukraine? Because maybe I can then find a city. What was it? Kropotkin. Near the border, I believe. Around Borodzianie. Yeah. Kropot. Gotovo. Niet. What? No. No. Could be Ukraine still. I don't know. No, not Ukraine. Yo, no chat. Yo, no chat. No later following. What? Did I miss something? Oh. Right, this one. Is this also... No, this one is not white. Alright, this. It's not helping me, is it? It's a river. There are so many rivers. You face left? What? My face is still here. Here's a river. Krop. There are so many cities, towns, villages. Kropot. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. Alright, there's a house. And there's a sign. You're the open or close? What? What are you talking about? We are in Poland. We figured it out. We are in Poland. Let's just send it. Russia, yes, let's go. Bam! Well, it was close to Ukraine. Was it the big city? Kropotkin. What are you doing? I am not following at all. I am not following at all. Is the locam... Like, it's hard to tell sometimes. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Lion King? I have no idea what you are talking about. bonjour. Well, I do know what that is. I read something about The Lion King. That's a great movie. We can see the car! It's a big boy. It's a big boy. Je parle juste un petit peu de français. No, I only speak a little bit of French. So I do know some French. I had it for like 6 years on school. UK? I'm not from the UK at all. This is Korea, right? What am I even doing here? Why are we still here? Suffering. I don't know the speech. No, I am not from England at all. Kumho. Yeah, this is not low cam. Let me read something. Yeah, this is definitely not a Japanese name. A lot of circles, so let me send it South Korea. It was on an island, so that makes sense. No chat, Nibot. Alright, we have yellow lines on the outside. We have very weird bollards. We are somewhere, I believe, in... How do you even call that? This area could be Jordan. No face, please. What even is this bollard? Are we in Finland? Yeah, this is Finland. Yeah, your name is indeed. Alright, interesting design. 2 screws. You see it? 2 screws. Yes, Finland. Black car should be joined. Is this a black car? Can't tell if this is a black car. Well, now we can see the black car. But I want to see then some Arabic. Yeah, it's probably Jordan. I can also see Hebrew though. Makes sense if this is close to Israel. No chat? Why not? Without the chat, I would not have reached. Wait. Is this an intruder? What are you doing in Jordan? Let's double check then. Let's double check. Yeah, so if the chat does not help me, I am not getting far, so... If I'm lucky, I can get probably 100, but that's it. I am confused. I need help from chat, yes. It was right in the title. So this is definitely Hebrew, this is Arabic, this is English. Danger. When bridge flooded. Well, yeah, of course, it's dangerous when the bridge is flooded. But I don't see a flood happening here very soon. Alright. Am I going the wrong way? Black car should be Jordan. Well, should be. Alright, that's also something. Nardinus. Is that a Latin name? Well, I know it's not a Latin name. Nardinus. Well, maybe I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. But I'm expecting it to be a Latin name, and then it will be Nardinus. No, it's a pseudonym. Alright. Should I pronounce it Nardinus, or is it more Nardinus? Nardi. I don't know what else. Are there rifts? Yeah, your name is Alright, so far I've only seen danger. How you want to? I think that Latin names are cool, so I'm gonna call you Nardinus. Aus. That's one of the first words you learn when you learn Latin. Probably the only word that I can remember. Am I going the wrong way? You watch Geoguess a sun-up sky. Yeah, most of the time the sun is in the sky. I have never seen the sun on land. No real way in desert. Yeah, this is a hard one. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Because all the cars I've seen were going the opposite direction, but yeah, we will of course not see the cars that are going the same direction. Here you go. Are this plate also yellow? I think so. No! All yellow? You mount they what? You what? Hour clock? Time for pets? Like, is this not Hebrew on the signs? And so far, all the cars were yellow. I mean the plates. Yes, bedtime. Where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah, let me send it Israel. Yes, but it was close to the border. Very close to the border. Duizend meter door straße. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well. Is this a low cam? Germany? Germany, is that you? Yeah, in Switzerland they use the double S and not this B. Let me read the website. Deutschland. Could be. Feels so weird though. Could we be here? Probably close to the sea again. Let's see, what else do we know about Germany? The bus is gone! Disappeared. Yeah, it feels Germany. If we weren't on 211, I would have guessed Germany right away. But we are there, so... Schöne Sieve. Grundschule. This is cool. Nardinus, where are you from? Are you from Germany? Is this Germany? France. I thought, yeah, God, sorry. Sorry. Well, do you know some German? Yeah, this should be Germany. I don't know where else it could be. Let's send it. H bus stop from Germany. Let's check it. Is that a bus stop? That's not a bus stop. Where was the bus stop? Yellow green bus stop sign. With H. Alright. Where was it? I need to see it. Otherwise I'm not gonna remember it. This one, yes. Nice. Well spotted. One way, Stevens. Alright, so this is gonna be my last one for today, unfortunately. But let's figure this one out. US or Canada? 50-50. Inland. If we find some French, that would be nice. The noise. But we probably have to find a speed limit. Lucas. government? Washington? Probably, right? Probably. Also, I am still experimenting with this sign. So somebody in chat told me that this sign with the small arrows, this one is a long arrow, the small arrows are from Canada. So there are no arrows there. There are front plates, so Washington could be it. But I would really like to see a speed sign or a flag. Call 311. What about 911? On the speed limit. There is one. Speed limit, let's go! Well, oh, Spotify is not responding. Well done. Bye-bye. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the help. And I am still bothered with Eswatini. Like, how? Why? But alright, we know it for next time. So the 60 speed is Eswatini. Yeah, now just thank you for being here. Have a good day as well. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. I will continue the streak, of course, tomorrow. And I really would like to beat this 222. It's a nice number, but 223 is a lot nicer. So that's it for me. See you guys tomorrow. My name is Calixis. And space out.